RaceView Network's Weekend Wrap-Up, powered by Racing Free.
Hi, I'm Jim Byers, and welcome to RaceView Network's Weekend Wrap-Up, the weekly review of quarter horse racing. The sport has a lot of important races throughout the year, but this past weekend was the busiest in terms of graded races. Statebreds were the norm in most places, but we'll also show you the only open graded event, the Speedhorse Gold and Silver Cup Futurity at Fair Meadows. We start though at Los Alamitos, where a 14-race, all-stakes program, California Breeders' Champions Night, put Calbreds in the spotlight on Saturday. The big one was the restricted Grade 2 Governor's Cup Futurity at 350 yards. $352,500 the purse. From the trials on July 12th, trainer Scott Willoughby had the two fastest, number 7 Discontent and number 10 He Looks Hot, and both were up at the front early.
Away they go in the Governor's Cup Futurity, and Discontent started off well. No Arizona got a flyer. Here's He Looks Hot to the extreme outside. Chicanery and Mr. Man are all trying to close in as Discontent now caught up with No Arizona, who's running a huge one. Discontent, No Arizona, but Discontent, Rodrigo Davis a half length in front of the wire.
The gray gelding Discontent keeps getting better, and he runs a monster race to beat 45-1 shot No Arizona by a half length. Rodrigo Aceves the winning jockey. Discontent improves to 3 for 5 this season, with more than $156,000 in earnings for owner-breeder Edward Allred. He won 5 races on Champions Night and also bred 7 of the 10 finalists in this race. Scott Willoughby trains Discontent, a son of Separatist, and the dashing Val mare Reed's Val. Time for the winner, 17.521 seconds. The race immediately after the Futurity on Saturday at Los Al was the Spencer Childers California Breeders' Championship. It's named for one of the most prominent builders and leaders of the sport, who passed away in 2009. The championship was a restricted Grade 1 handicap at 400 yards, and it carried a $100,000 purse. The odds-on favorite was number 6, Once Over.
And away they go. Once Over got off to a flying start. Still Heights also came away well. Snowbound Beast is now trying to rally on from down along the inside. His New Look with the one who got the jump in the field is Once Over, New Look. And now with big strides comes Snowbound Beast is Once Over. Desperate now for that wire. Once Over and Snowbound Beast, but Once Over a half length in front of Snowbound Beast.
Familiar connections win this one as owner-breeder Edward Allred, trainer Scott Willoughby, and jockey Rodrigo Aceves follow Discontent's victory with this score by Once Over in the Spencer Childers California Breeders' Championship. Second in this race on the corresponding weekend of 2013, Once Over gets the top prize this year by a half length over Snowbound Beast, with New Look third. Once Over has far surpassed his earnings mark for a single year, as he's taken home $104,000 of his career $144,000 here in 2014. He's a gelding by Walk Through Fire, out of Look Her Over, who's by Check Him Out. Time for the race, 19.800 seconds. Another restricted Grade 1 over the weekend took place at Ruidoso Downs, which capped at Zia Festival on Sunday with the final of the Zia Futurity. These 2-year-old New Mexico breds went 400 yards for a total purse of $392,253. From the 10 trials, number 6 Deloach was the fastest qualifier and 5-2 favorite, as this dash turned into a very tight finish.
Jess Bordeaux up for the lead, followed by Girl on the Go, and Zeia Later Alligator behind that. And then it is Deloach into the far side, trying to pick up down Chamiso James, and hard to beat blue. Zeia Later Alligator, Girl on the Go to the inside, to the outside, coming fast is Tuscan Red, and it's Girl on the Go, wins the Zia Futurity.
Top 7 finishers were separated by 1 length at the end, with number 4 Girl on the Go, the only filly in the field, holding off the 5 See You Later Alligator by a head, with number 7 Tuscan Red a nose farther back in third. Jaime Leos the winning rider. Girl on the Go had credentials as the 3rd fastest from the trials and 2nd wagering choice. She's by Man on the Move out of the Devon Lane mare Devon's Wish, bred by Terrence Lane. Girl on the Go is trained by Juan Gonzalez for owners Jimmy Negrete and Jimmy Vasquez. The time, 19.516 seconds, a 96 speed index. Retama Park wrapped up its Saturday card with a rich futurity of its own, the restricted Grade 2 TQHA Sale Futurity. All of these runners had to go through the TQHA yearling sale. The distance was 350 yards for a rich purse of $365,000 plus. The filly Gray Days, number 6, led the qualifiers and was sent off at 9-5.
Runners away in the TQHA Sale Futurity. It's a fast start on the outside. For one, a smooth deal. Racing along the inside, Favorite Eagle is there. Good Sace is there to pick up the chase. And Gray Days, full of run, middle of the track. Here comes Gray Days, excelling to the front. Gray Days scores.
She's not actually gray, but Gray Days is a promising filly from the Leon Bard stable. Reporting home here by a half length under Francisco Calderon. Gray Days is by Captain Courage out of the Royal Shake-em mare Gray Lakes Girl, bred by Luke and Gilliland. She's owned by Louis Trey Malachek III and Ben Frank Butler. Gray Days is 3 for 5 this year and has earned $173,630 from Malachek and Butler, who purchased her at the TQHA sale for $8,000 last year. Final time into a strong headwind, 18.019 seconds. On a weekend featuring strong races all over North America, the lone graded open company race was the Speedhorse Gold and Silver Cup Futurity at Fair Meadows in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It wrapped up the 8-week meeting. The 350-yard Grade 2 Futurity offered a purse of $171,650. Number 5, Cashing Teller, was the fastest qualifier, one of 4 Rodney Reed trainees to qualify, and the 6-5 wagering favorite. In what became a 2-horse race, he led every jump to take the Speedhorse Gold and Silver Cup Futurity by a neck over Play Harder. Augustine Silva, the winning jockey. Now 3 for 4 lifetime, Cashing Teller boosts his career earnings to nearly $86,000. For owners Curtis Smith and Sheila Reed, Dr. Smith bred this gelding by Fertrius and the Agouti mare Teller She's Lucky in Oklahoma. Rodney Reed, the winning trainer. As we'll see coming up, he swept the speed horse races at Fair Meadows on Saturday by also taking the Derby. Final time here into a 15-mile-an-hour headwind, 17.572 seconds.
Last weekend was a big one at North Dakota Horse Park. The Racing Free team visited the Fargo racetrack on the days of the first ever Racing Free member-restricted races. Congratulations to the winners, and thanks to our sponsors, Andrini & Company and Mayberry Equine Insurance. More info on how you can join the movement for the future of racing at racingfree.com.
We have several more big stakes events to cover this week, with video from Indiana, Texas, Oklahoma, and California.
Runners away, and it was a good start for Love's Brown Sugar. Along the inside, Charles Kidd. Racing from between the horses towards the outside, Stimulus. Chief Corona's Charm is right there, moving in full stride now as they charge to the finish. And from between horses, there goes Stimulus. Stimulus scores the upset here.
And Pusses Loose, Munas both started off well. Nefertiti is also right there. Another storm to the extreme outside. Has Munas from down along the inside, but Pusses Loose is running strongly, and so is another storm. Dynasty of Habits is also closing in as Munas, and Pusses Loose in another storm, but it's Munas who wins the Governor's Cup Derby. He's a win machine.
Catch a Corona and Stone Toasted sent out for the front end. Plumber chose the outside and veered in there, causing a couple to check. Can't Catch a Corona, Stone Toasted are first and second. One of these two will win it. Stone Toasted, Can't Catch a Corona. Oh, that was really, really close.
Watch for RaceView Network's next weekend preview for a look ahead to upcoming major stakes races, including the Grade 3 John Deere Juvenile Challenge at Ruidoso, featuring top qualifier Apolitical Pack and Heritage Place Futurity winner Love the Way You Lie. And we'll preview the Grade 3 Mr. Jetmore Stakes. Jody Pop Zoomer, winner of the recent High Easterjet Handicap, is the morning line favorite. Weekend preview, powered by Racing Free.
That's it for this edition of the Wrap-Up. Join us next week for coverage of all the weekend's major quarter horse stakes. For the entire staff and crew, I'm Jim Byers. See you next time on RaceView Network's Weekend Wrap-Up.
RaceView Network's Weekend Wrap-Up, powered by Racing Free.